Alrighty, here we are with weight loss mistake number 6, and we're talking about following fitness and diet fads. Um, there are so many of them out there, and the marketers are really, really good. I'm sure you've noticed. Every couple of months, we're bombarded with a new approach to weight loss, a new way to train, the answer to all our problems. And the marketers, they basically know exactly how to play on your emotions. They all promise these spectacular results, and you're going to lose 10 kilos in a week, and you hardly have to do anything. You don't have to exercise. You just drink these shakes, and you'll be all sorted. It's the answer we've all been looking for. It's really, really easy to get carried away, especially when they start making these claims and start showing you all these pictures of people who have just magically lost all this weight, and before you know it, you're handing over your credit card and signing up for whatever it is that they're trying to pitch to you. As a general rule of thumb with all these things, my theory is that if any of these things were actually the answer to all our problems, none of us would be overweight. There wouldn't be a weight issue. The doctors would all be behind it, and the government would honestly probably pay for all of us to go on this program, and we'd all, we wouldn't have any of these sort of weight-related diseases. Well, they probably still exist, so just blame something else for it. So if it sort of appears to be too good to be true, it probably is. If you're wanting to be successful with weight loss in the long term, it's really important that you find the approach that will work for you. There's no one-size-fits-all approach, despite what all these ads are telling you. All these things aren't going to work for everyone. It may be that it did really work well for a few people, and they're the ones that they've found to really promote their product, but in a lot of cases, it may not be the answer to you. Think carefully in terms of how to avoid it. Think carefully before you start following any of the programs. Because as I said, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And in a lot of cases, when someone's lost some outrageous number of kilos in the first week or two, a lot of it's sort of water weight and fluid and stuff like that. It's not actually fat. They haven't. I mean, the way you couldn't easily. You'd have to be working out like an absolute machine, and eating hardly anything to lose anything like that in terms of actual fat. So it's not really being very truthful. People will believe that they're losing 10 kilos of fat when they might be losing, say, 8 kilos of fluid and a couple of kilos of fat or something along those lines. So they really are playing with your mind a bit there. Consider all the aspects of the program. Are they fostering sort of manageable and sustainable habits that you can see yourself incorporating for the long term in your life? If it's drinking shakes 3 times a day and having a meal at the end, is that really something that you can see yourself doing in the long term? Is it sort of teaching you how to live that healthier lifestyle you're wanting to live, or is it sort of a bit of a band-aid? Is it something? Would you be happy in 10 years' time if you're still drinking the shakes because you're not sure how else to manage it? And the other thing to do with the fads is don't follow a program just because your friends or your mum or your sister or someone is doing it. Whatever program you decide to do, it has to be something that works for you. So you need to really focus in on all the different aspects of it and say, okay, is that something I can live with? And to be honest, in a lot of cases, it's probably not something you're going to be able to stick to long term. So that's why I sort of go for the moderation type approach in all these things, where you start exercising more and you start making small changes to your eating habits, and over time all these things accumulate into lasting results, as opposed to losing 20 kilos in 10 weeks and not really being sure what to do from there, because okay, I've lost my weight, so I'll go off the shakes or whatever it is. What do I do now? So really have a good think before you sort of leap into anything. If you're not sure, come and ask me in the group, and I'll let you know my thoughts about any of the different programs you see floating around. Because some of them are better than others, obviously, and yeah, it's all about what's going to work for you. Don't worry about what might work for your friend or your mum or anything like that. It's all about you and your lifestyle and what you want to achieve. So always try and remember that. All right, I'll be back with mistake number 7 in just a minute.